Myself and the sweatiest Dark and Darker gamers I know decided to take a crack at ranking all 87 perks against each other across all the classes. This is a long one, with some fantastic back and forth. So strap in and let me know in the comments what we got wrong and what we got right. Adrenaline spike. When the fighter's health reduces below 15%, they become flooded with adrenaline and gain additional 15% action speed for 8 seconds. I think if you get to 15% health, you're just dead, right? I don't think this is a good perk.
F tier.
Yeah.
Do you think this is Iron Mace or just needs buff? Because
that's definitely Iron Mace for sure. What the hell did they think putting that in the game?
Barricade. Gain 50 additional flat armored rating when you're blocking.
Good perk.
Good perk. I think so too.
Good perk.
Especially because shields are so good right now.
That's a damn good perk right there.
What do you think, Brad?
You go for a block on an archer, you miss.
It's good.
You still got that 50 armor.
You think it's an average perk?
It's like mid but better.
You think it's mid but better?
Good. Yeah, it's good.
Got you. All right, combo attack. After landing 2 consecutive attacks within 2 seconds, gain 10% increased fizz power bonus for 2 seconds. And then it's like it kind of stacks after that, right? For every hit, you get another 10%.
So
I don't think you're attacking that fast as fighter, right?
Well, you can get like a lot out of it, but like you need to hit them twice for the skill to even like start, or the perk.
Yes.
And then like after that, you start getting 10%. So it's kind of like dog shit.
Yeah, it procs on the second hit, right? And then every hit after that.
It's like needs buff only because like it doesn't need to proc after the third hit.
It should probably be procking when you hit the first attack, right? Like it should be.
Yeah, honestly.
And then every attack thereafter. We got counter attack. So this one, successfully blocking an attack grants 10% increased movement speed bonus and 10% flat action speed for 3 seconds.
That's good.
Yeah, if you can use a shield.
It's mid-af.
That's actually exactly where I was going to drop it in. Yeah, I think it's mid as fuck.
Yeah.
You can make I think you can make the argument it's up here, but I'm going to put it in. Defense expert. Increase armor rating acquired from armor by 10%. With PDR, this is kind of solid, right? Being the meta.
Oh yeah,
now.
Biss. Yeah. Biss. That's the best fighter perk.
I was like, yeah.
Easily the best.
Do you think it's overpowered? Do you think it's just good?
I don't think shit's overpowered. Mid but better.
Mid but better.
Mid but better for sure.
Got you.
No, I mean it's a good perk.
I don't know. Yeah, you're right. I don't know if there's anything that's overpowered on fighter at the moment.
It's better than Barricade.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just put that good perk, put every other perk in front of it, so like it's like the worst.
It'll be like way the fuck back here.
Yeah.
All right, dual wield. Equipping weapons in both hands gives flat 15% action speed.
F tier.
Does work with lanterns and hand crossbows.
Yeah, that's pretty garbage.
F tier.
Got you. Like
right about there.
Got you. Like worse than needs a buff. Like just needs to be reworked. Pretty much. Like got you. Okay. Projectile resistance by 10%. F? I don't think it's that bad. I think it does something. I think it does something. I'd put it in mid as fuck.
That's like one of the 4 perks I run. There ain't shit else to run on fighter.
I think it does something, right? Like there's perks that just don't do shit. It does something.
It's mid in comparison to other fighter perks, but it's not a good perk.
I think you can run it and not feel bad running it. That's like my mid as fuck.
It's like you only benefit from it.
Yeah, it's just like if you're comparing it to the other classes perks, then it's F tier, but not F tier, but like C tier, D tier.
I got you.
But if you're comparing it to other fighter perks, yeah, it's like that's good.
All right, shield expert increases movement speed bonus by 10% during a block. If attack is blocked successfully, gain 50% action speed for the next blocking or attacking action. This is another one of those like if you block.
I think it needs a buff.
Yeah, you move faster while blocking, and then if you block, your next swing has increased 50% action speed, pretty much. That's what it's. So, like, if you block, your next attack comes out, like, 50% faster. It does something. I don't think it's awful.
Yeah.
I don't think
it does a little.
I don't think it's Barricade, right? Just 50 armor. It's not Barricade.
It works well with Barricade, but...
Yeah, it does.
They could use a buff.
You think it's here?
Personally.
Got you. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, I agree. Slayer cannot equip plate armor, but gain 5 weapon damage when holding a weapon in each hand. Again, it works with lanterns and stuff like that.
No situational.
5 weapon damage is good.
It's a lot.
Yeah, but it's holding a weapon, so you're not doing this with a shield again. And I feel like most fighters are just shielding right now, so it's like.
And you're not wearing plate.
Yeah, and you're not wearing plate. You're not wearing plate. And you don't have a shield.
So, like, realistically, you're role-playing as a bard, but you're just worse.
And you can get 5 weapon damage on your gear anyway, right? Like, and,
Just go and slap that right there in Iron Mace, ...
I think people are gonna be mad about that. I think people like Slayer, but
No.
but I don't think it's that good. You can get 5 weapon damage on your gear, and then
Exactly.
Swift is reduces the base movement speed penalty from equipped armor by 20%. I think this is really good.
Good perk.
Amazing.
Good perk.
Yeah.
Better than defense expert. Put that in front of that.
Oh yeah, you're right. I do think Swift is probably like
Best.
my favorite perk, because like weapon mastery, I don't like the way this works, but I do think Swift is like my favorite fighter perk. Movement speed is king in this game right now. Like genuinely, it's everything.
Yeah, I mean, in a game like this, movement speed kind of prevails.
And then weapon mastery. All primary and secondary weapons are available regardless of class requirements. When using non-native weapons, physical power bonus is decreased by 10%. This perk upsets me because it's like it sounds good on paper, right? But like, why wouldn't you just use a weapon that's not going to give you minus 10% physical power bonus? And I mean, obviously, like the ranged weapons are like the exception to that. But I think one change to this perk and fighter becomes viable again, because fighter's not really in the meta right now. I think if you just change this to where it actually gives you a bonus to non-native weapons instead of like it minuses 10%. I think if you just make it like plus 5% to non-native weapons, I think this is like not a broken, but it's a good perk, and it makes fighter viable. I think that's like the only change they have to make, and they'd put fighter back in like within the meta. But I'm firmly in the camp of like mid as fucker needs buff.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it needs buff.
Yeah.
I don't think there's really any good reason to run it unless you're like low level.
Yeah, I know you want a longbow, right? Like.
But yeah, I mean, you just want whatever you can find.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really good starting out. I mean, you just pick up stuff and like you find a blue something, then you can actually use it, right? Like, it's nice and it feels good, but like the later fighters are just not running it. You have no reason to.
No,
All right.
not at all. You want range, just use a crossbow.
We're moving on to Barb AFK.
Barb.
Barbie.
Barb AFK. I played a little bit of Bard. I think my Bard's like level 12 right now. Axe specialization. Wait, why is my shovel fucked up? Hold up, give me a sec.
Yeah, that perk is not good.
Axe
Specialization?
specialization.
Yeah.
Especially with the Viking sword meta.
Adds 10% physical damage bonus to your axe attacks.
Yeah,
I mean, it needs buff. It needs buff.
Needs buff.
For it to be
I mean,
It needs to
I feel-
not be 10% fizz damage bonus.
Yeah.
It needs to be like
weapon damage, maybe like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
If what was giving 5 weapon damage was like Slayer or whatever, what was that?
Yeah, just
last
make it
Slayer.
just make it additive instead of multiplicative, and it's fine.
no.
And yeah, again, weapons or axes are just not like it right now.
Yeah, Viking sword, warmball meta.
All right, Berserker. The lower your remaining HP, the higher your physical attack power, up to 33.3%. The benefit is negatively affected by health bonus percentage like Robust Warcry and Blood Exchange. So every time your HP goes down by, what is it? Like 10% or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, every time your HP goes like down by 10%, you get a whatever percent attack bonus.
With trash.
Yeah, it's
Playing with like a Cleric.
situational, but I don't know.
In comparison to like all the other perks that you could possibly put in that slot for Barb, it's not bad. Like it's mid.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I actually,
Mid AF.
Yeah, I think it's definitely better than the one we were talking about earlier. That like adrenaline spike. It's just adrenaline spike's big brother, really.
Yeah.
Because the second you take damage, it's starting to proc, and then the lower and lower it gets, the more it's procking. So like it has use. It's not Iron Mace. I think it's a little better than needs a buff, because I think this is one of the perks that I would run personally. Carnage, strength increase by 10 for 7 seconds when a target is killed. I mean, 10 strength is big. That's a lot. But you got to kill somebody, and then it only lasts 7 seconds.
Yeah.
It works on mobs too, no?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does. But yeah, I mean, you got to kill something, and then you have 7 seconds of plus 10 strength. It's like, again, it does something, but like, how often do you think you're using this in a fight, Bran?
I think if you combine this with morale boost, and you're swinging, you kill someone, and you start swinging again at 12% more HP, then it's viable. But it's, I think more likely often than not, it's not going to do anything. I think like also PvE, it's like okay, but I would put it in good. Not, I don't think it needs a buff. I think it's good. It's like viable.
Mid but better.
It's viable. I just feel like
I think it needs a buff. Nobody uses it.
I think it's mid as fuck.
Yeah, I think it's very mid. Yeah, it's like, I the only problem is like I don't know what you do to buff it even like what increase the duration.
I just say you increase the duration. I think you can almost like
they could drop the amount of strength it ups and increase the duration.
Maybe like 7 or 8 strength and like double the duration.
Yeah, because like a team sees their frontline drop to a barb, and they're not just going to run up to them next. Usually,
Yeah.
Executioner, increase headshot damage with axes by 10%. Again, axes are not in the meta the most right now, right? Viking sword's kind of prevailing. So you see it, and you say, is it better than axe specialization at least?
Absolutely
No.
not.
No.
I don't think so either. I don't know where to put it though. it's one
Bottom.
of these two. One of these two. Bottom.
Needs
Bottom?
buff. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I don't know.
Maybe needs buff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, headshot damage is headshot damage, and 10% on a headshot hit is good, right? Like, it's, objectively good, but just not. Is it like needs a buff or just not in the meta, right? Like, I think we have to ask that question. I think
It's just like
it needs
not meta.
Yeah, I don't think it's like. I think it's good. It's just not in the meta. Not good, but like it's mid, but just not in the meta.
Yeah.
All right, Iron Will. This thing just got nerfed because it was really good. It still is really good, but it was really
God
good.
tier.
Increases magic resistance by 60 and ignores knockback.
Yeah, that's Iron Mace's favorite perk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
What?
Do we put it in Iron
Never mind.
Do we put it above or?
I was gonna say, I think you forgot. There's another tier up there.
Yeah. It is really strong. It was. I think it was Iron Mace question mark at 100, but now that we're at 60, I don't know. Do you still think it's like one of the broken perks that needs to be hit again, or?
Well, I mean, now like a kitted barb takes 2 direct hit fireballs and 4 zaps, and it used to be like 4 fireballs, all 5 of your zaps,
It used to be your.
and then he
your
was
whole-
still running at you.
your
So
whole spell
I really don't know.
Yeah. I think it's kind of his intention. I think to counter magic damage. So like it's crucial to his kit, right? Like he's supposed to be tankier against mages.
But I mean, even if you run,
You think even post nerf it's broken?
Not broken.
ignoring
this is,
knockback
this is broken.
was a crazy addition.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I think with the nerf, it's
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
really close to being in the middle. Like
Pre nerf it's here. Post nerf I think it's a good perk.
Yeah,
I
it's
think this is like if you have a level 20 barbarian and you're like kitted and you're about to go on a high roller, I think Iron Will is the first perk you put on, personally, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I think you're level 1 barb, and it's the first perk you put on.
Yeah.
No one's taking up Iron Will.
All right. On to morale boost. Recovers 12% of HP after killing a player.
Good perk.
You think it's a good perk?
Yeah, that's what lets Barbs
Yeah.
snowball, steamroll the whole team.
Yeah. How often do you think you're procking it?
Every team fight.
Every single fight.
Got you.
I killed 3 people at every single team.
Got you. And do you think it's up here with Iron Will? You
No,
think so?
Yeah.
undoubtedly.
Are we reevaluating Swift and Defense Expert now that we're seeing him next to these two?
Well, that's what I keep saying. Like these fighter perks are good, but like
Yeah,
in
they're
comparison
good.
to other ones,
He's not in meta right now. Like he's not. He's
Yeah.
Not in meta. Well, that's how it should be. Like if we don't think these are up here when we start looking at these, we're like, okay, yeah, maybe.
I mean, you could put every single perk fighter has and needs buff. Like,
Yeah.
if we're gonna be honest,
very
the
fair,
class
yeah.
needs some damn help.
Yeah, for sure. I do think Swift is really good though. Minus was it 20% movement speed on all your armor? Like this is actually really
So, could be 30%.
fair. Potion sugar. The effect of all drinks are increased by 20% and the duration is reduced by 20%.
Iron Mace.
This does include, according to Dark and Dark Wiki, this does include the luck potion.
Oh,
that's big.
crazy. Bis.
Potion sugar. Okay, I don't think this is very good, right?
No.
Yeah, no, I may no.
I never really played with it. I never really used it much, so like I just don't think it's Is this like bad?
Iron
You're saying
Mace
this
is
shit's like
bad.
awful? Okay,
Terrible.
okay. All right, on to Savage. Physical power bonus increased by 10% when not wearing any chest armor.
Terrible.
Needs buff.
Needs buff, yeah. I think it just needs buff because like
I
don't
think
know.
if
Right now you're just wearing chest armmer, right? Like why would you not wear chest armor?
There's
It's
no
like
incentive not to.
fucking.
You can get to like 60% PDR.
Oh yeah.
Again, if it's additive, it's fine.
Yeah.
Plus 10. If it's plus 10%, I don't think so.
All right, Crush. The perk Brand couldn't get
Crush
the
is goated.
proc earlier with his Wormhole.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that.
Ability
But better.
Ability to destroy unreinforced doors and sturdy containers. Also increases the impact power of your attacks +1 to better defeat blocks and parries.
I agree. Mid but better. It's
Mid
very
but better?
useful. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's
really good.
really good for chase, right? Like really good for chasing teams.
It's good for chase, good for running.
Yeah.
Good against
You
shields.
get a lot of use out of it.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I read this perk and I was like, why would I want to do that? And then I was like, and then I noticed all the times I died to like having to open the door and I was like, oh, I would want to do this a lot.
Yeah, that's 6 resourcefulness.
Technically, it's like max resourcefulness, right? With Crush.
Yeah, for real.
Fucking instant resourcefulness. All right, Robust.
Better than a rogue.
Increased max HP by 10%.
Good perk.
Yeah, good perk. I mean, he's like building your strength up to get your health up and shit is like one of the main Barbarian things right now, right? I don't know whether to put it in mid but better or good perk.
I think it's a good perk. I mean, you start with like, what, 130 HP on Barb?
Yeah, so
You throw that perk on, it's like instantly 146.
Hot. That is hot. Two-hander. Increases physical power bonus by 5% when attacking with a two-handed weapon.
Iron Mace.
Yeah, I think so too. Because, like, again, Viking sword meta axes, these two-handed axes, right? Like, I mean, if you're two-handed axe specialization execution, like, you're doing a lot of damage, right? But you're losing out on, the movement speed penalties that come with the two-handers, the fucking slow-ass swing animations that come with. You dink one double axe swing and you're just going to die, right? Like, you're dead.
Yeah.
And that's why all this stuff kind of just sits down here. All right, now we get to talk about Rogue.
Here we go.
Are any of us Rogue mains?
Me.
You are?
I played a lot of Rogue.
Dope. Okay, because I'm not a Rogue main. All right, Ambush. The first attack within 3 seconds after exiting the hide skill benefits from plus 50% physical power bonus.
Good perk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys think this is Rogue's best perk?
I think so. 50%.
Probably.
You're on top of the person as soon as when you invis too, most of the time.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Gotcha.
I don't get how people don't run ambush.
Like, honestly, that might be Iron Mace question marks.
I was about to say.
50%. You think this might be our first broken perk? Our first, like, hey.
I mean,
Hey.
they got nerfed for a reason. Every rogue and their mother cried about it for a week, and it got reverted. So,
50%?
Yeah.
Yeah,
50%'s a lot, especially when you
Think
start to pair it with their skills too, right? You pair it with the skills. And it's
Like back attack and
Weak
weak
point.
point.
That's the next one we get to talk about. Back attack. Increase physical power bonus by 30% when attacking from a target. When attacking from behind a target.
I'd have to say mid, but better.
I feel I think it's just
It's
good when
good.
you're invis behind someone and then you ambush back attack.
But a lot of the
Weak point,
times, like, if you're roguing, and, like, if you're roguing with, like, multiple people, like, assuming you're not solo, and a team just sees 2 people and they don't see a rogue, they're most likely going to just, like, push past you. And you usually just pop up right in front of a ranger's face or bard's face.
Mm-hmm. I feel.
You don't really get the back attack bonus that much.
Next, we got Creep. When crouch walking, the volume of footsteps sound is significantly reduced and movement speed bonus is increased by 5%.
Not very good.
Silent footsteps is like...
Mid-af.
Yeah, mid. Yeah,
Mid-af.
It's like it does something, right? I think it does.
It definitely does. If
It
you're
does
pickpocketing,
something.
that's BIS.
Yeah. Pickpocketing is not that good anymore, though. Remember when we murdered...
Pickpocketing's goated.
Remember when we murdered
No,
those guys?
pickpocketing is equally as good as it used to be. You just run a hide mastery and pickpocket, and if you get bumped, it doesn't reveal you anymore.
I don't know.
Basically where it used to be.
I don't think I've ever successfully been pickpocketed, but I guess not many people are doing it.
You don't even know about it. That's how successful it was.
That's what I'm saying.
I would know. I'd know.
Tay didn't notice until that boy was running away.
Yeah, we killed those
Yeah,
guys,
bro.
dude. That was funny as fuck. All right, we got Dagger Expert. Increases physical power bonus by 10% when attacking with a dagger. This
It's
Mid
basically,
that
not
better.
good right now.
this basically just makes them like pre-nerf daggers, right? Like,
I mean, it used to be good, but no, I
Like just
mean,
use a
it-
short sword or a rapier.
I think it's
Yeah.
I think it's mid as fuck because rapier.
maybe needs a buff.
Yeah.
There's
I think
not
it needs
like
a buff.
there's not much
I don't
incentive to
even
run
run
a
it.
dagger. There's no incentive to run a dagger on rogue right now with how bad daggers are.
If I had a good dagger, I think I'd put it on, right? Like if I had like some purple shit, I'd put it on.
But yeah, even then, if you had a purple short sword, you'd rather put that one.
True.
Yeah.
True. All right, next
Double
we
jump's a good perk.
double jump. You can jump again while jumping.
Yeah, like
Landing this results in a minus 30% movement speed.
Like, this isn't a
tooltip is
parkour
not
game.
right. It is not 30%. There's no way.
no, it's just a flat 30 moves.
Minus
Oh,
30. Yeah,
30.
flat,
Oh.
flat minus
Cap.
30.
It's
So
absolutely.
you don't even feel that move speed.
I also think this just feels a little silly, right? Especially when you're like, so many things in this game they try to like hinge and like tie to realism. Where is the fucking realism in double jump?
Like, not even that. They're trying to slow the game down, but like, how slow is the game really going to go when you have a rogue double jumped on top of a chandelier when your team just walks through the door? It's like his weak point, ambush, back attack, and on top of it all, he double jumped on top of the highest point in the room.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of
Like
unpractical.
if you have no range, you can't even do anything.
Yeah, like if you're a barbarian
sit there and
on the
wait.
ground, you have two Francescas, and then there's nothing you can do. He's
Yeah.
he's up there, you're down there. All right, hand crossbow mastery allows the rogue to equip the hand crossbow. This got
That's not good,
this got
especially
nerfed
with
into a perk, which is hilarious.
yeah,
Iron Mace, dot dot dot.
Yeah, it was kind
I'd
of
say.
yeah.
especially with nerfing hand crossbows.
Yeah, like they nerfed hand crossbows. What was hand crossbows procking off of with the rogues? They were using it to proc something.
Rupture.
Weak
Sure.
point and rupture.
Rupture weak point. Yeah. I mean, can you still do that? If you can still do
Yeah.
that, if you can still do that,
Uh-huh.
I don't think it's like Iron Mace. You know, I think it's like.
I mean, like, why did
I
they
think they
need?
should.
I think they should either have made it so rogues can always use a crossbow, or just remove that dumb shit from rogues in general. Like, why do they need a perk just to equip one single weapon?
It was a weird way
And
to
if they-
nerf it. It was like a strange way to nerf it.
And like, if they do, like rangers, why don't they get a 10 fizz power bonus from it?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Hidden
Iron
pockets. Items worn in utility slots do not appear on the waist. Why is this a perk? Why is this a perk? I don't understand. Just so you can stand in the dark? I don't get it.
Clearly for some rogue shenanigans.
Yeah.
So you can stand in the dark? I don't know.
I mean, any decent rogue isn't wearing pots in their inventory or
No.
hot bar anyway,
Yeah,
so.
you can just. I mean, if you really want to use it, just fucking, put it. You put it in your in your thing when you want to use it. Like,
Yeah, it'd be an Iron Mace to me. Like, what's the
Yeah.
point of this?
I think it's one of the worst perks in the game, personally.
Yeah.
I don't see any reason to ever fucking use this. But all right, hide mastery. Extend the
Needs buff.
total duration of the hide skill to 40 seconds.
Yeah,
It's
needs buff.
just weird, right? Again,
I
I think it
this is a
should have
weird
just
Same
gone
thing
back
with
to
Hancock.
60 seconds.
like Bard can be invis for longer than Rogue now. Like, why?
Yeah.
Why? Right? I don't know.
It's like 20 more seconds. It's not worth running the perk slot.
Yeah. Jokester, the rogue lightens the mood, giving themselves and all party members within 4.5 meters a +2 all attributes buff. That's good.
Mid but better.
Mid but better, yeah. It's a good perk. You run it right. Like, I think it's a pretty solid run. Oh, I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think it's I mean it's not broken, right? It's not. I don't think it's good enough to be in here.
Yeah. No.
Because this could also double as the like possibly needs a nerf tier, right?
If it was like 7.5 meters, like 4.5 meters, you gotta be right next to your rogue.
yeah, you gotta be
from that or like
you gotta be pretty
back
close.
on. Yeah. Like another rogue, maybe.
All right, lockpick expert.
Good perk.
I think it's super good now that they buffed chests.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Great
so.
perk.
I think
Good perk.
too. Yeah, Bard can just open shit by himself, but like,
Yeah, honestly, I think to make people stop complaining about that, we just remove lockpick expert from rogue and just make a bard thing.
I feel like rogues should have lockpicking, right? That's like a rogue-ish thing to have.
Well, then keep crying.
All right, we got pickpocket. You can steal an enemy's item from the dungeon by using the interact key.
Goated.
And bumping no longer breaks stealth.
Good perk.
Best perk in the game.
Good perk.
I do not think this is a good perk. I think this is like...
I can't say anything else.
I think it's either...
It's a good perk.
I think it's either here or here. It's
It's like you're a hater.
It's in one of these two. I'm a hater. It's in one of these two.
Needs buff. Steal 2 things at once.
Needs buff. Just it lets you enter their inventory and grab
It should
what
let you
want.
take off their weapons.
Dude, if you could pickpocket a weapon, people would be doing this mid-fight, bro. You'd be mid-fight, just grab their, like, fucking...
Haste invis,
falchion from
pickpocket them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. This pickpocket should work like... have you guys ever, like... Did you guys ever play, like, Divinity 2 Original Sin?
Well,
It literally... when you pickpocket somebody, you enter their inventory and you grab shit. I think it should do that.
Well, yeah.
That'd be OP.
Yeah.
Well, you can't, like, still grab weapons and shit, but, like, anything in, like, their bottom bar, like, you can just grab it. I think it would.
Yeah.
I think it should do that.
No. I feel like you could grab too much stuff too quick and
yeah.
then just run away. Nobody's catching you as a rogue anyway.
I think
Yeah, no,
you
that
can,
way
I
you
think
Shadowrunner.
yeah, I think that's fair if you can only grab like one thing and then you gotta re-pickpocket, look around, grab one thing. Then that's
It's
maybe
kind of
fine.
what I was thinking.
Yeah, like maybe fine.
Well, the other way it could work too is like, so you can pickpocket things, but like based on size or whatever, there will be like a meter, because it did this in Divinity 2. Like there was a meter at the bottom, and you could keep taking. Like the more you took, the more the meter would fill up, and if that meter hit all the way, it would notify them like, hey, someone's taking shit. So it could work like that. It could work like that too. If you take too much shit, then it notifies them, and then you'd have to re-pickpocket. You know.
No, I feel like they deserve to lose all their stuff and not get notified.
Yeah, that's why I think it's bad. Like if you get pickpocketed, like that's on you. Like it's your fault. All right, poison weapon. A successful attack applies poison that deals 4 magical damage over 4 seconds. Poison can stack up to 5 times.
I think it's pretty good. I think it's
Good.
I think it's a
mid.
good perk.
That's good perk.
Good perk.
Yep.
It's pretty good now.
I haven't used that one enough to really talk about it. Shadowrunner. Movement speed bonus is increased by 15% for 3 seconds when coming out of the hide skill.
Mid-F.
Yeah.
You don't think it needs buff, or you think it's just mid?
You think I think anything about Rogue needs a buff?
Fair point.
Besides pickpocket?
I think anything movement speed's like decent, right?
I think it's mid-F, just because of the move speed cap. Before, it was like good perk. There's like nobody getting away from you because you're like 360 move speed. No, it's just mid.
Stealth. When using the hide skill, you can move 10 steps while crouching or slow walking without breaking invisibility.
Good perk.
Mid, but better.
I think it's mid but better. I'd put it in mid but better. Mostly because like I don't think it's doing anything. I think it's just doing what it's supposed to do, and it's doing nothing more than that. I think rogues should absolutely be able to do this, but this is all they should be able to do. If you add anything more to stealth, like you make it longer or more steps, it starts to get fucking silly, but I think it's in a good spot right now.
I think it's a good perk.
I
Like
think
it doesn't
it's a
need a
perk.
nerf or anything, but like every rogue you see is running it. You don't
Yeah.
see a rogue in
Yeah, you're
this
right.
and be like, oh yeah, he's still right there.
You're right. There's no rogue not running stealth.
Yeah, but it's a good perk, and it doesn't need
I'm
to
not
get
running
nerfed.
it.
Yeah, like you being able to
Strange.
step further in stealth versus you like, so someone opens the door for you, you stealth before the door, walk through the door, versus you still sitting behind the door. That's yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why when you hear a team buffing on one side of the door and the door opens, you don't just start like shooting through the door if you're a ranger, because someone's probably invis walking through that door when that door opens, right? If you see that
I
door,
mean-
if you see that door open, like, and there's a brief moment where nobody's walking through, they opened that door for a reason. Like, please shoot at the door.
Yeah, but if they're smart, like the rogue would ask their friend to open something,
Yeah,
open it for them,
yeah, for sure.
then like back up.
I remember playing Ranger, and every time a door opened, I was shooting at that hoe. Like I was lighting that doorway up. All right, now we're on to thrust. 15% increased armor penetration when swinging with daggers. Yeah, and daggers are not in the best spot right now, so
Mid-F.
yeah, so we can't say
Yeah.
it's good. But I do think 15% armor pin is good, right? Like, it is decent. You can't be mad at 15% armor penetration, right?
It could go up to 20. But it might be fine. Maybe it's fine.
Yeah, daggers just kind of suck right now.
But yeah.
Trap detection. Highlight traps within a 4.5 meter radius. Highlighted traps can be disarmed.
Iron Base.
It does something, but it doesn't do anything good, right? Like, it does do something, right?
I mean, it's not like it doesn't do anything. You can't look at the ground and do yourself.
Yeah, there's just nothing.
It's not like there's any invisible traps in the game.
Yeah, I don't even know what you would do to make this better.
Buff like
You drew it
like
an underground
speed.
trap.
Or something. Like how fast you can disarm traps or something.
Yeah.
Or just click it
Imagine if you could like
disarm.
No, never mind. But yeah, you should be able to like insta break them if you're running this.
Yeah, like trap disarmor. He like drops a rock in the middle of the hunting trap and it just goes off.
Like the pebble.
Yeah.
Do you guys think rogues should be able to run traps too?
No.
I would actually
no.
quit the
You know
game.
how fast those would go
I
down?
feel like that's a rogue thing to have though, like a trap.
No,
right?
no.
Imagine
Absolutely
you
not.
walk into Foursquare to get a health shrine and there's like 8 traps in the room and they're all just sitting above waiting for you.
Like,
And the second you get trapped,
I'm not saying
it's
it's like
GG.
I'm not saying it's like balance. I'm just saying I just feel like that's a rogue thing to have, right? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's
Just
pretty
rogue
rogue
like
thing
that.
to have.
but I don't think they should have it.
No, definitely not. Absolutely not.
I would not be surprised if they got it in the future though. All right.
Yeah, the way Iron Mace looks rogues, of course.
Yeah, for sure. All right, we're on to Ranger now. Ranger.
Oh,
Ranger.
yes.
I feel like Ranger's got a lot of good stuff. All right. Crippling shot. Hitting a target's leg decreases their movement speed bonus by 15% for 2 seconds.
Iron Mace.
Mid.
Nah,
No, it's not. It's not
it's
bad.
mid.
If you
can run.
if you run
this.
triple ranger, then it's fine. But a solo ranger is not running.
You
that.
can run crippling shot and not feel bad about it.
Yeah.
Right. Like you can run it and not
not
be
bad
like,
at all.
oh my god, I have a wasted perk slot.
Compared to like hidden pockets, it's not a hidden pockets tier.
Yeah.
Like if I'm running pickpocket, I'm like, I just have a wasted perk slot right now. I'm like, I'm doing nothing.
I guess if it stacks on top of how much you already slow people
It
for when
does.
shooting them with arrows.
In addition to the usual hit slowdown.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It does stack. Crossbow mastery. Increase physical power bonus by 5% when using crossbow weapons. Also grants a flat additional 50% action speed when reloading crossbow weapons. If you like crossbows, this is really good.
Yeah, when you pull out the yop,
Yeah,
you pull out that
yeah.
windlass.
Yeah, if you like, crossbow or windlass crossbow, this is really strong. And crossbows being like decently in the meta right now for everything that's not a longbow, right? Like I just think the question is just, are you really pulling out a crossbow when you have a longbow right now?
Yeah, but of course, if you got that windlass loaded and ready.
Yeah. If you have like a big windlass, you're popping that bitch. But are you reloading it mid fight? You think?
I mean, you ain't running that perk. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's pretty mid. It could maybe need buff, but I think it's mid.
I don't think crossbows need anything to get buffed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Crossbows don't need any buff. That was kind of my exact reasoning for not putting it in needs buff, because crossbows are good. Like, there's nothing wrong with crossbows. Just the longbow is like, I don't know why I'd put my longbow away as a ranger, except to shoot like a windlass shot. But then I'm going right back to the longbow and I'm not even reloading. Like,
That's pretty true.
yeah. All right, enhanced hearing can hear enemy footstep sounds from farther away.
Goated.
I think this.
Yeah.
I think this needs a buff, right? Am I wrong?
No, I think I don't think it needs a buff.
Hey, I want to see the stats of how far it actually does give it to you.
I don't know, but I do know I ran it in playtest 5, and it's really good. It actually is really good. Like, you can hear shit from like fucking. You're hearing shit, and you're like, oh my god, they're on us, but then they're like 2 fucking rooms away.
Yeah, I don't think it needs a buff, but
I think
Just run
it
it.
needs a buff to do like something else. Like, I don't know what else the fuck it would do, but like it needs to do, because like just
put them on the mini map with a red dot.
Yeah.
Easy.
No god. Like, but
Real shit.
but yeah, because like I don't know. I don't even know what I would do to buff it, but I do think it's just like not worth running, right? Like, you can hear fine. Like, hearing's fine in the game most of the time.
Yeah, I mean, these next, 6 perks we're going to talk about are going to,
Yeah.
define why this one's a needs buff.
Kinesthesia multiplies the slowdown value of moving when drawing a bow by 10%. So you strafe faster. And strafing is good. Like, a little peeking. Like, it's not bad. It's not a bad perk.
Mid, but better.
Yeah.
I should move better. Yeah.
Oh. Nimble hands. When using a bow, change your default shooting animation so it shoots 15% faster.
Good perk.
Good perk. I agree. Good perk. Good perk. Why would you? I mean, DPS, right? Like, what's the reasoning for this not being a good perk? Because I can't think of one.
There is none. Level 1
I
perk.
was like, I don't think there is one. Quick reload. Gain additional flat 50% action speed when reloading bow type weapons.
Good perk.
Yeah,
Good
literally,
perk.
yeah, literally just like, I can't think of one good reason to not put this in anything but good. Like when you reload without this perk, oh my, I hate it so much. I hate this.
Yeah, it actually takes like 3 whole seconds.
Ranged weapons mastery. Increase physical power bonus by 5% when attacking with a ranged weapon. 5% is not a lot.
Needs buff.
Yeah, 5% is not a lot.
Yeah. No one's running that.
Yeah, you see shit even in like, even like axe specialization doing like 10%, execution doing like 10%, like ranged weapon mastery doing 5% is just not a lot. Sharpshooter. Increase headshot damage multiplier by 15% when attacking with a long range weapon.
15. I mean, good perk.
Yeah, 15%.
15% on a headshot.
Look,
Which is...
like executioner, you're doing 10% on a headshot with a fucking axe. But then sharpshooter, you're doing 15% with the ranged weapon. I don't know.
Might even be Iron Mace.
Yeah, it's really good. Like, it's really strong.
It's a good goddamn perk. Well, it's just like assuming you're hitting headshots.
Yeah, 15%'s a lot. I might put it in Iron Mace. I don't know. What do you think, Brand?
Which one?
Sharpshooter. 15% damage multiplier when you hit a headshot.
Nah, it's a good perk. I don't think it's overpowered.
If this is hitting for 15% with a ranged weapon, why is executioner 10% with an axe? Right? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't understand that, but okay. Spear proficiency. A spear can be used when attacking with a spear. Gain 10% increased physical power bonus. I think this is either mid but better or good, in my opinion.
I think it's
I think it's Iron Mace.
I think it's
I agree.
I'm gonna be honest.
I think it's mid.
Why does it have 10% fizz power on?
Yeah.
It's not even percentage. It's 10 flat.
10 flat.
Is it flat?
It's
oh shit.
yeah. Well, at least in the in-game tooltip, it says 10 flat.
Gotcha.
To be honest, I'd always say it's mid. I say mid as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. I think 90% of the time. I mean, I always make this argument to Tay is that if a ranger pulls out a spear, he's already dead. And I think the only good reason to run it is for PvE. But I mean, other than that, it's just why aren't you using an arming sword? Like other than that, it's like why?
I just don't know why it needs the 10% fizz power.
I mean, just such a last ditch effort to me.
I think what spear proficiency does is what weapon mastery should do.
But I think it should be absolutely vice versa. Minus fizz power bonus using a spear. I mean, like, I hear what you're saying. It is a last resort option. But with all the weapon damage and just straight damage, no bullshit, no max health, no armor rating like a fighter, no agility. I mean, minimal amounts of agility, 2-all and whatnot. Like, no agility like a barb, no armor rating again like a barb.
Yeah.
Like, just straight weapon damage, and a fighter comes up to you with a, itty bitty ass 7-inch blade arming sword.
I watched you kill a fighter today with a spear.
Like, you're putting in work. Like, if you're holding S, you're poking him twice in the head before he can even hit you.
Yeah. Also, the spear is like a decent weapon. Like, it's not bad. Like,
yeah, like part of the reason spear
weapon.
proficiency is so good is because the spear is already an insane weapon.
Yeah.
It's like arguably a top 10 weapon in the game.
I still think they should let you throw spears. Personal opinion.
That'd be OP.
I think you should be able to
Calm down.
chunk that shit.
Yeah, it's crazy, dog.
I think you should be able to.
I think you should be able to throw a warm wall too.
Could you imagine, like your what's it called? Those dudes who do the when you swing in a circle and launch the little heavy ball. It's like an Olympic event. What is it called?
Throwing?
Oh, javelin? Wait, what were we
No.
Nah, the one where
It's the one with the ball.
like the hammer throw.
Like that weird
right?
spin
Yeah,
thing.
you swing in a circle and just let it go. Fwah.
Yeah, shot put.
So,
Yeah,
that one sport nobody watches.
Yeah, I got it.
No.
I got it in good perk. I think it's good. Yeah,
Maybe
but I
not.
do agree with Tay though. I think this weapon mastery and spear proficiency should just swap what they do.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to give weapon mastery 10% though. I feel like 5% is fine.
Yeah, I think with it,
100%.
like, I think I'm okay with good perk, but I think with what the perks Ranger has, it's like, what are you swapping out for spear proficiency?
Anesthesia.
I mean,
All right,
I guess you can,
next
but-
we have Ranger's best perk. Chase. Recent enemy player footsteps display as red footprints on the ground within 4.5 meters. So you're never getting pickpocketed with this, right? Like, you're never getting pickpocketed with Chase.
But
Ever.
you couldn't need
Yeah.
throw than an iron mace.
Yeah, no, this is really bad. This is just,
Way,
this
yeah.
is awful. It falls in the same category, right? Just like hidden pockets. Why would you run this? Trap detection. What is this doing? Potion chugger. Not good. Adrenaline
Yeah.
spike. You're already dead, right? Like, or why are you running this?
Bad perk.
That doesn't Ranger start with this equipped too? Like if you just spawn with their base Ranger, it comes with Chase. It's so stupid. Why would they do that?
I mean, man, the first time I loaded up Ranger, I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I know you see the little red footsteps on a road.
Yeah,
You're like,
it's
oh
awesome.
shit, this perk's biz. All right, trap mastery increases interaction speed by 100% when installing traps.
Mid.
If this made traps instant install, it would be like mid but better good perk.
Instant install would be iron mace ?
Yeah,
That's
Just
crazy.
drop them when you're running away.
Here's my
Yeah,
here's my
yeah.
thing is like if you have enough time to put a trap down, you have enough time to not need this perk, in my opinion.
Exactly.
Like, so I just don't think it's very good.
Yeah. I don't even know if it doesn't need a buff. I don't even know. Is it mid?
I think it needs a buff,
I
personally.
mean, they could buff it if they want to, but
Yeah.
once again, like Zach just said, if you have enough time to put it down, you don't need that fucking perk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if they buffed it, then it would give you like smaller window of time to be able to put it down.
Yeah. It would need to be, I think, like nearly instant.
It's just so situational.
Yeah. Because, like, even if it's nearly instant, like, you're still going to turn around, place it. They can still see that shit, right? Like, I think the problem would be walking into a fight, placing it on their foot, and then, like, running away. I think that,
No, exactly.
that would be the problem with, like, an instant. Like, Greed is Good has an instant install, and that shit's kind of fucking crazy.
Yeah, I was looking through that Discord. There's this it's like community suggestions, and then there's like upvotes and downvotes. It was like 600 to like 3 downvotes on changing instant down. It's so stupid.
Yeah, instant would. That's what I said. Like, instant would be crazy, but I think like maybe how long does the wizard's slow last, or like the wizard's little like binder? It's like 0.75.
Cleric bind, it's like 0.75.
Yeah, cleric's bind. Maybe that's what
It never,
maybe
it
that's
never
what
even lasts that long though, because debuff duration bonus or on other people.
Yeah, I think honestly, if you really want to make trap mastery like very viable, make it so it doesn't make a noise when you put a trap down.
Oh,
I think it would
that
be viable.
too. That too. That's a good
That's not a
one.
bad idea.
Yeah, people won't expect it.
What do you think that would put it? Mid but better.
Yeah,
You made it better, yeah.
Mid but
they
better.
would just like
It'd make it viable for sure.
Because you can run it and not feel bad about it at all.
Yeah.
All
it would just like it would force people to like by the end of the week of that hotfix be looking at the ground every time they walk through a
It
door.
would teach them. Teach
Yeah.
them.
Really teach people lessons.
Okay, next we got wizard. Again,
Cool.
this is another class like I haven't played a ton of.
Let's get right into it.
This is like,
Yeah, I'm gonna shut up about this.
Yeah.
one.
this is like the Tay part of the tier list, huh? All right, arcane feedback. Each time you do damage with an arcane spell, your spellcasting speed and magic power bonus are increased by 1% per stack. Stacks up to 5 times and lasts for 7 seconds. Resets with each successful stack.
Garbage.
Garbage, like bad.
Garbage. Like needs buff. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. Like
is-
it needs
this
to
is-
work like Soul Collector on the Warlock if it needs to be if it's gonna be good. And
Is this intended to be like a magic missile thing, right? Like every time your magic missile hits, but it just kind of doesn't work like that.
it's well like first of all it's 1% per stack.
Yeah.
3% magic power bonus is equivalent to 1 additional magic damage.
Mm-hmm.
So magic power bonus is shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then it only stacks up to 5 times, which is 5%. So
Yeah, I feel you.
they're like 7 seconds. And like PvP wise, if you're using magic missiles, like
Mm-hmm.
I mean, They're probably just
post
W.
post nerf magic missile.
Yeah, just bad.
Alright. Arcane Mastery increases magic power bonus by 5% when using arcane spells. Also reduces the casting time of arcane spells by 1 second.
Mid but better.
Yeah, I think the reducing the casting time is better than the 5% bonus, right?
Yeah, absolutely. The Invis.
Fire Mastery. Wait, Invis is a arcane?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. Fire Mastery increases magic power bonus by 5% when using fire spells and changes fireball's burn to 5 damage over 5 seconds.
Yeah, pretty garbage.
If you like
pretty
them,
garbage.
if you like them fireballs, huh?
Do love them fireballs. If it was something like increases magic power bonus by like 15%, maybe 12%, it'd be better.
Also, if there was more fire spells too, huh? Probably. Maybe
yeah, that too.
Maybe explosion will be a fire spell. Probably.
I hope explosion's arcane.
It'll probably be fire, huh?
Yeah, Iron Mace surprises us.
True.
But the worst thing about Fire Mastery is probably that the fireball's burn changing to 5 damage over 5 seconds.
Mhm.
Say your fireball takes for 10 damage over, like, what does it take for? 3 seconds or something before this perk?
Yeah.
Or we'll just make it 12. Just make it easy.
I don't think Fire Mastery is as bad as like hidden pockets and trap detection and chase though, huh? Like I don't think it's not fucking
Realistically, it does nothing. If I'm gonna be honest, like all it does is change your 3 or your 4 damage a tick to 2 damage a tick for 2 more seconds. You see what I mean?
Gotcha.
It just extends how long they burn. It just takes longer for them to die.
I feel. But hidden pockets is useless.
Yeah.
All right, on to Ice Shield. Ice Shield, we got 20 flat armor rating and inflicts frostbite on melee attackers for half a second.
This was my bread and butter when Dagger Wizard was good.
Oh, yeah?
Now it's just bad.
Now it just needs a buff.
I mean,
20 armors.
yeah, now it needs a buff. It needs to decrease like 25-30% move speed because like you get slowed so much once they're on top of you, and the casting speed nerf,
Yeah, I feel.
all of it needs buffed.
Wizard's been sticking in the bottom of the thing for a little bit.
Yeah,
so
no,
far.
we're gonna start getting towards the top though. Here we are.
All right, Mana Surge increases magic power bonus by 10%.
Good perk.
Good perk, like good,
Not Iron Mace. No.
but good.
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 Definitely good.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, 10% just feels like a more reasonable statistic, right? Than like the 5% from Fire Mastery, the 5% from Arcane Mastery, right? Like,
Yeah, it's just 3 more magic damage on all your spells. It's pretty quality.
yeah. All right, Melt. If you deal magical fire damage to a target, the target's physical damage reduction is reduced by a flat 10% for 5 seconds.
I've always thought this would be good if Zap was a fire spell, but it's not, so this
Yeah.
needs a buff.
Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I mean, when you're reducing 10% physical damage reduction by 10%, 10%, is that probably like about what Shriek is doing right now? Anyways, it's
I don't know the numbers on Shriek.
I don't know.
I thought Shriek was like
It's flat
10
armor.
to 15, 20.
It's flat armor, but it's probably about this much percent. I would say they're similar to each other.
All the percentages are the same. It's 3 to 1
Yeah.
or 0.3 to 1. 0.3 to 1.
Quick Chant spellcasting speed by 10%. You can't be mad at
Good.
this. Perk.
Mid but better.
Yeah, you can't be mad at Quick Chant.
Yeah.
I do remember this was when I got a wizard to like level 11. I do think I was running Quick Chant. Just because speed, you know.
Yeah.
Oh. Who else is in here? Brandon D. You guys don't have anything to say about Wiz?
No, shit
I've
about
never
Wizard.
played the class.
No, I got
I look at I look at the YouTube video and just do that.
I feel. Reactive Shield activates an arcane reactive shield that lasts for 3 seconds when you take damage. The arcane shield can absorb 10 total damage and can absorb both physical and magical damage. It will reactivate after a cooldown period of 12 seconds. I mean,
Mid as fuck. Maybe even needs a buff.
yeah, like stopping 10 damage every 12 seconds does not sound good on paper. That's all I'll say. On paper,
Yeah,
it does not sound very strong.
It just helps mitigate like the damage it could have taken. It's not much though.
And then
Just gotta do one shot.
and then increases knowledge by 10% for Sage.
That'd be a good perk.
Yeah. I mean, again,
Yeah.
10% is the realm that the ballpark we should be playing in with a lot of these magic damage things, right?
Yeah.
I feel like the 10% are in the good perk and the mid but better, and then all the 5% are in like the needs a buff and like, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wizard for you.
Down to the wizard on a cleric.
Get me in there. Get me in there.
Advanced healer. Increase your base magic heal by 5.
Certified mid.
Certified mid as fuck or mid but better?
It's mid.
Yeah, I think so.
It's just 5 healing.
I think so too. I fully agree with that. I think
You
I
get it
don't
from-
think it's like needs buff because like I feel like if you add anything more to this,
No,
it starts to get
I
silly,
think-
right?
Yeah. 5 is fine, but you just stack like magical healing or magical damage bonus or
yeah,
anything else or will
hmm
instead.
Yeah, I feel like the mid as fuck can also like fully function as like balanced as fuck. Like yeah, this is balanced.
Yeah.
Like yeah, this isn't broken. Blunt weapon mastery increases physical damage bonus by 10% when attacking with a weapon of the mace category.
I would also say mid. It's worse than advanced healer, but it's still mid.
Yeah, you don't really run this, do you? I don't think.
No, I don't.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think.
I'm not getting in there as cleric anyway.
I feel.
Earthquake and
Tay said he had something to say
let
about
them
this
boys
one.
deal with it.
Brewmaster, you do not exhibit the detrimental drunk effects when you drink alcohol.
Mid F.
We're throwing it.
Mid F.
Yeah,
Iron Base, what do we do?
yeah, this
Yeah.
thing could honestly use a buff, right? Like,
Honestly.
Yeah.
I think you should get some
Ale,
movement speed from it, maybe.
yeah,
yeah, maybe Ale should do like 30 strength instead too.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe Ale's the problem. They need a buff Ale.
Yeah.
Iron Base, what are you thinking with this perk, really?
Yeah, memeing.
Okay. All right. On to Holy Aura. Increase the flat armor rating and magic resist rating of yourself and all party members within 4.5 meters by 15.
That is a good perk.
Yeah, I do agree. I do think this is a good perk.
Does anybody else think
This is-
4.5 could go up?
It
I
it
think
could, but I feel like it gets to a point where it might be a little broken
Yeah.
if it goes up.
Yeah, you like double that shit, and then you're like in a different fucking like on the other side of a wall, and you're still getting
Yeah.
it, you know.
Yeah.
Holy Aura, funnily enough, does
does-
exactly what Harmonic Shield does right now. They're the exact same. 15 armor and 15 magic resist.
Where it should be balanced.
Yeah, Holy Aura and Harmonic are like the exact same thing right now. I think it's either mid but better or it's a good perk.
You could do mid but better.
Yeah, I think it's mid but better. Having a whole perk that just does what Harmonic does though is kind of silly. Maybe it's mid as fuck. I don't know, but it is good. Like it's doing stuff.
And you don't have to play it every 2 minutes.
True. But it is wasting a whole perk slot.
That is true.
All right.
Where's healer's look?
Kindness. Heal yourself for 15% of the spell's total heal amount when healing another target.
It's kind of mid, unless you stack like magical healing. But
Mhm.
point like,
Mhm.
what are you doing?
I think this is mid but better.
Yeah, it could be mid but better. I run it,
You run it?
but
Yeah.
yeah.
This is what I ran this,
I think it's in the same category as advanced healer and blunt weapon though.
I feel. Are you really? I think it's better than advanced.
I still
Healer for
run
sure.
it is better than the two. I run it, but
That's what the mid
it's-
but better category is for.
I guess
It's still mid,
gross.
but it's better.
Yeah.
All right. Perseverance. Reduce all types of incoming damage by 3.
It's pretty good.
It says includes
For, like-
includes dots and true damage.
It's okay for like tick damage, like if you get like burned by a fireball or something.
Yeah. Does it work with Curse
Like-
of Pain?
I'm not really sure,
Yeah.
but if you get like if you're getting domed in the face by like a fighter or like a longbow, it does not matter.
Yeah. If you're taking 60 damage, then 3 is just fucking. Right.
Yeah.
It's like okay.
So it's like it's mid.
I don't know. It's one of
Mid or
those
mid, but
perks. It's
better.
like I feel like if you put it in needs buff, which I'm not putting it. I feel like if you put it in here and it were to get a buff, it would start to get fucking silly, right? Like it would start to
Yeah,
be like,
but it does not
okay,
need a buff. It's
Yeah.
fine where it's at.
Got you. Well, we're gonna put it in as a
But
mid.
I don't use it.
Wait, you don't run Perseverance, Steve?
No. Run
Protect.
kindness, remaster holy aura.
Got you. Protection from evil. 50% decreased debuff duration.
Only good on goblin caves.
I
Yeah,
feel.
it's only good on Goblin Caves.
Only good on Gob Caves.
And it's mid on Goblin Caves. Like, just don't get hit by
So if it's
PvE.
mid on Goblin Caves and it's bad on regulars, we're probably gonna drop it in.
It's actually really bad on regulars, because if you try to lich, the circles last 50% shorter on you.
Oh
So
shit!
you can't stack as fast.
That sucks.
Yeah.
That's bad then, actually. For that alone, I feel like it should be dropped in like Iron Mace. What are you doing? But yeah, we'll put this in needs a buff. I mean, more like needs fixing, I guess then, but needs a buff really.
Yeah.
Requiem. Resurrecting an ally revives them with 50% HP instead of a sliver of life. When reviving an ally at the altar of sacrifice, you do not need to sacrifice any of your own health.
It doesn't need a buff, but it's just not that great.
No.
I think it
Only
could
time
use a needs a buff, because if you're running the perk slot and you're running res, then I think maybe you can make
It should
res
just go on res.
10% faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or that too.
Yeah, I guess. It's just
Yeah.
the only
It's a
the only time you're
weird
running it
perk.
is if you're running res, and like you're not dying if you're go to the games.
Yeah, it's a weird.
Just don't
perk.
die.
It has a weird state of balance, like. Because like, what do you do to it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's just.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah, I just don't think you ever run it, right? I don't think you ever use it. And then we have Undead Slaying. 20 plus 20% increased physical power bonus when attacking undead monsters.
Iron Mace.
Yeah, it's like. Hey,
Actually, I've never used it.
PvE.
I will never use it.
PvE only perk is not good, right? Like,
Why do you give them a PVE only skill that doesn't scale with a PVE only perk?
yeah, and
vice
you
versa?
have Holy Purification, right? Like,
Yeah.
why would you, why? I don't know. I mean, it does something, so I don't know if I want to put it in like Iron Mace.
No, I think it needs to be an Iron
But
Mace.
yeah, it's just.
Nobody uses it.
Yeah, what do you
If
do?
it's scaled with Holy Purification.
It should. It definitely should. On the Bard. Come back, Bran.
Yeah. Hello.
Bran. Alright, charismatic performance. This is such a weird one to like talk about because I don't think it's working as intended.
Yeah.
Upgrades a
not
good
anymore.
performance into a perfect performance.
I think before the skill checks got changed, it was like fantastic. But nowadays, I think it's like mid.
Yeah, it's just like it's
It's
like
like
it
people can play
doesn't
songs
actually it doesn't actually do anything broken, right? It's not doing
Yeah.
anything disgustingly busted. But if you take this away from Bards, Bard feels like god awful.
That's a mid but better. It's like quick champ.
Yeah, I think it's mid but better because I think mid but better almost purely for Shriek of Weakness. Like
No.
Yeah.
like hitting the first skip on Shriek is like crucial to that spell working and being just really fast. Dancing Feet increase your flat move speed by 10 when holding an instrument. This kind of just counteracts a lot of the instrument move speed almost, right? What do drums have, like minus fucking 25 now? Like Dancing Feet, it's doing something. I just don't think
It's
it's
mid.
doing the most. Yeah, I just don't think
Yeah.
it's doing the most. Jolly Time. This is an interesting one. Drinking ale heals 5 HP and gives 10 movement speed when you're drunk. This thing
Mid half.
This thing was
Or no, mid but better.
this thing would have been an Iron Mace if Akira did not figure out that physical healing scaled with it. Like it would genuinely be down here if physical healing did not scale with it.
I thought it was some Doyu kids that
Oh,
figured that out
did
first.
he figure it out? I would think I just saw it on Akira. Akira was the first time I saw it. I think that's where most of us saw that shit for the first time. That video.
Yeah. That shit is not balanced.
Yeah, it's really weird. Because, like, you can still die. Like, it does heal a lot.
1
but
cent healing though.
Yeah,
Like, come on.
you're giving up so many.
It's 8 cents now.
Yeah, you're
Oh.
you're giving up so many, like attribute modifiers to run the physical healing though.
Yeah.
Like-
It's super mid.
Yeah, it's not great, but it is free heals. Not free heals, it's 8 gold heals, but it is.
But I
heals.
mean, eight gold in this economy.
In this again, lore mastery. This is mostly a mining perk, right? Lore mastery, 25% regular interaction speed and magical interaction speed.
Yeah. It's just a niche perk. I mean,
Yeah, it's neat. It has its uses.
Yeah.
I think it's mid as fuck.
Yeah.
You can't buff it because then you're like, okay.
Yeah.
And you can't really nerf it because it's like, why would I ever? But Yeah, it has its spots. It has its places. Melodic protection. While playing, the caster's physical damage reduction is increased by an additional flat 15%. I don't know why you would ever have an instrument out while you're getting whacked by somebody.
Yeah.
But like, I think this is like one of those Iron Mace. So what are you thinking with this? Like, imagine someone's in your face stabbing you, and you're just trying to play like harmonic shield. Like, why would you ever? Rapier mastery. When using a rapier weapon, damage increases by +3 and action speed increases by 5%. It has its uses. I think we talked about this earlier, right? We're like,
I'm a falchion abuser, but it's good.
I like the falchion. I like the arming sword too. Like, I'm not always using a rapier. If I have a really good rapier, I'll probably put rapier mastery on, right? Like, if I'm running a rapier, I'm probably putting on rapier mastery. But
mid but better. That's
not. You think so?
3 additional weapon damage and action speed on top of alacrity and allegro.
It is good. I just don't find myself running a rapier all that much.
Actually, I say mid but better. I agree with that.
It can be mid but better because you can't nerf it and you can't buff it, right? Like,
Rapier's very good on Bard. Yeah. I just like to. It's a different playstyle with Rapier. I personally just don't enjoy it, but it's a good perk. It's mid but better in my opinion.
Reinforced instruments. 50% increased physical power bonus when attacking with musical instruments.
Loot OP.
Yeah, I think this thing is probably the next thing that's gonna get nerfed on Bard. I'm feeling it. I'm really thinking it.
Yeah, people who whack people with loots are actually chads on Bards.
Yeah.
I respect it.
Yeah. What do you think, Fro? I think it's a good perk.
Yeah, I say good perk.
It's either good perk or mid but better.
Yeah, it's hard because it's just a lot of these perks are just niche. It's like
because like charismatic performance is technically like the best Bard perk, right? Like this is the one you run, but it's not actually like a good perk in comparison to other perks. It's just doing what it does. It's not really like actually enabling you to be. I mean, it's good, but a lot of the perks up here you could put on any class and they'd be good, right? Like you give any class double jump and you're like, okay, this is silly. You give any class like, Iron Will, it's like, okay, this is really good. But
no, you give Wizard Ambush.
right, yeah.
Come out with a fireball.
Yeah. You give Barbarian Brewmaster, like.
Whoa.
Okay.
Don't give me any ideas.
Storyteller. Give all party members within 4.5 meters a +3 will and +3 knowledge buff. Now that we have to use knowledge to get our spells, this is kind of like a crutch perk. Like,
Storyteller was always
it was always good. Always good for playing speed and stuff.
W perk.
Yeah.
I like Storyteller because, if I'm poor on a Cleric, free knowledge right there.
Yeah, I actually think this is a good perk. That or mid but better.
You literally get like 6 will, 6 knowledge for playing the Bard.
It's really
rousing good. Storyteller, yeah. Superior dexterity, 50% faster switching time when switching between weapons and utility items.
Iron Mace.
Dude, I thought this was Biss.
I used to swear by this. I used to swear by superior
I was trying to get Bran on this, but he was telling me it's trash.
It's terrible. Why?
I was using it.
I used to swear by it, but now I haven't ran it in this entire patch. Like this whole wipe, I have not ran it.
There's majors that.
I remember you used to always say that you were running it, and I was like, I have no idea. I don't even think it needs a buff. It's just Iron Mace. That thing's terrible. Like, whoever complains about swap.
Yeah, swapping is not slow. Like, and even like 50% doesn't even like really change the game.
No,
I don't know. I don't think it's like disgusting, but why would you ever run it, right? I feel like it sits in here with some of the other stuff that's just like, why would you ever put this on? But it does do so. It does do something. It does do something, right?
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, Wanderer's Luck. Increases the chances of finding high-quality items when opening treasure chests. Increase luck by a flat 100. Yeah, this is just the worst perk on Bard. Really. I don't know why you would ever put on Wanderer's Luck.
I think it needs a buff. It can go back to where it was.
Yeah. I do think this is one of the best perks in the game, if we're being honest.
Especially with the luck potion nerfs.
Yeah. I do think Wanderer's Luck is...
No. Okay, not Iron Mace. We need some luck in our life.
You think so? I think this is one of the best perks in the game.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah. It's great. It's weird. It's odd to see that we have 2 rogue perks up here and a bard perk up here, but like they're not particularly meta right now.
Rogue is pretty decent right now.
You think so?
Yeah, Rogue is especially with the walk packs, not bad at all.
I get you. War Song. This works as intended now. If the performance is successful, increase weapon damage of allies by 3 for 6 seconds.
Niche. It's good if you're running like Ranger and you're just buffing the Ranger constantly, then it works well. Works well for you if you run in with weakness and start swiping, but I don't think it's just. I think it's like mid but better or mid AF. Either or.
I feel.
It's just very niche.
I agree. I think it's mid as fuck.
Yeah.
I think you put it up. I think if you put it at 4, we're in like mid but better.
Wait, is it weapon damage or
It's weapon damage.
physical power? Oh, weapon damage?
Yeah,
Mid but better.
It's weapon damage, yeah.
Weapon damage is OP. Mid but better.
Weapon damage is really good right now.
Yeah.
I think it can be mid as fuck because I don't find myself running it very often. I don't know. Maybe I should be.
It's just good with Ranger. Like it's good.
Yeah.
It's just good. It's. I'd say with Ranger's best. Everything else, I don't know.
On to Warlock. We only have 1 Warlock player in here, right?
Fed's left.
No, Tay played a lot of Warlock. I can't hear him.
Yeah.
Oh, Warlock.
Warlock. Alright, we're on to anti-magic. Your magic resistance is increased by 15% except against divine magic.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Mid AF.
Yeah, like what's 15% magic resistance compared to 60 flat magic, whatever, on Iron Will, right? Like what's the comparison? And it doesn't
Just
even work.
works against Wizard and Warlocks.
Yeah, it's pretty mid, and at that point, just use Eldritch Shield.
Yeah. All right, Curse Mastery. Your curses, Curse of Pain, Curse of Weakness, and Power of Sacrifice, have 30% longer base duration. The wiki actually has the numbers for this, but I won't read those.
Yeah, no, I didn't even realize those.
Sounds decent.
Yeah.
Like,
It's pretty good. It's like one of the
don't-
better perks.
Yeah.
Warlock.
I don't think you can buff it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you can make it any better than it is. All right,
I mean, with all these magic healing nerfs, that's what.
I got you. Dark Enhancement grants 10% magical power bonus when casting dark magic. Again,
Mid AF. Maybe even needs a buff.
think so? I feel like 10% is like the number I like to see when it comes to a lot of the magic damage stuff. You know?
Yeah.
10%
I mean,
what I like to see.
Like Wizard gets it across all of his magic.
Yeah.
Dark magic, there's Bolt of Darkness, and there's Ray of Darkness.
And Ray sucks, right?
It got buffed,
It
but
just got buffed. Yeah. True.
it's probably still garbage.
Dark Reflection. If you take damage while Dark Reflection is not on cooldown, you reflect 10 dark magic damage to the attacker.
This shit used to be base,
Used to be?
but now it's like
Where did it
mid.
where did it used to be?
Like mid but better.
Mid but better, but now it's like what, needs a buff? Or just
Mid AF, maybe it needs a buff, yeah.
Mid as fuck.
Mid AF.
Immortal Lament. Casting spells will not take you below 1 health, but your magic power bonus is decreased by 5%.
It's only good if you want a solo boss.
Yeah. I hope you're not getting to 1 health, right? Like I hope you're not getting to 1 health.
I mean, if you're soloing Lich, you probably
Yeah,
are.
that's the only. So I feel like this could go in like needs a buff, huh?
Yeah. If they made it so it didn't take you under 10, but then at that point you could just infinitely heal off your hypers.
Yeah, I feel. Malice. Will is increased by 10%. 10% is just such a good number, huh? It's such a balanced ass number.
Yeah, we'll say mid but better.
It's a very balanced number. 10% is just, that guy, really.
No.
Soul Collector. When dealing the final blow to an enemy, 1 cursed soul is collected. Each collected soul increases magic up to a maximum of 6 souls, lasting until the next dark magic spell is cast. Only the first instance of damage from the spell that consumes it will benefit from this bonus.
Another mid but better.
When did Iron Mace start writing Yu-Gi-Oh card descriptions into their fucking perks? This thing is long. These next two are like long as shit. You think it's mid but better?
It's only because it like actually works properly.
The max stack for this is 30% damage, right? Which is really actually pretty solid. Actually pretty good. Torture Mastery. When Curse of Pain or Power of Sacrifice are active on a target, any instance of magical damage over time from Curse of Pain or Power of Sacrifice dealt to the target will heal the Warlock for 1 magical healing. The healing is increased by the magical healing stat and Warlock's magic power bonus. This healing has 25% attribute bonus ratio now after the nerf. It used to be 50.
It used to be 50. Used to be 100%.
Yeah.
I mean,
it used to be 100. It used to be 100. I thought on the patch notes, I swear it said it went from 50 to 25.
No, before 50, it was 100. Like when Warlock first ever got introduced.
Got you.
Now it's like fucking garbage, so you just have to run it because it's the only way to heal. So we can call it a good perk because of that. But
yeah, I feel like it's kind of a crutch perk, right? I feel like you don't not run Torture Mastery.
Yeah, I mean you can.
And finally, Vampirism. Grant a 1.2 times multiplier to your magical heal.
I didn't even know it was a multiplier. That's actually kind of crazy.
That's what it says on the
pretty
wiki.
Bad.
That's what it says on the wiki. Yeah, 1.2 is crazy. 12%. That's not right.
Yeah,
that math is not mathing. It's 3 a.m., dude.
Needs a buff.
Yeah, definitely needs a buff.
Especially the magic healing nerfs.
Yeah, a buff to Vampirism could be what puts Warlock in a decent place again and not broken.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even think it was broken before.
No, I don't either, but you know what I'm saying. Like, just not complain worthy, right?
Yeah, I think the change on Warlock wasn't as magic healing. It was, I mean, maybe it was, but I think it was maybe a cooldown on Hydras. You shouldn't be able to just spam those like it's any other spell, especially if it blocks a doorway better than a human.
All right. This is what we got. You see anything that you think needs to change? Go over here. You think these are the 3 best perks in the game? I think so too.
I think Iron Will's up there.
Yeah, Iron Will could be up there.
15%. Yeah, honestly, looking at these, I think so too. 50% damage, double jump, it just doesn't belong in the game. 100 luck is like base, not buying anything, not spending any gold is really good. And then, Iron Will, 60 magic resist for what?
If Unchained Harmony wasn't in the game, I think lockpicking would be up there.
I can understand that, yeah.
Lockpicking is so good now with the chest buffs.
You also said you think spear proficiency could be up there too, right?
That's just me.
I feel.
Not just you. Brewmaster should be up there.
Yeah.